welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. I'm Jayme.
And I'm Beth.
And we are two oldish, youngish ladies catching up.
We haven't seen each other in a hot minute.
I know.
I had COVID.
What'd you have to go and get sick for, dude?
It was not my fault. Like, I'm still so bitter because someone at work had a COVID person at home. Like, someone in their family had COVID at home and they had just traveled and stuff too. And then they just came to work. And then 2 days later, like, oh, guess what, guys? I tested positive.
That's such a bummer.
Yeah, it was my first time having COVID. And I tried not to have like animosity towards this person because it could have been anyone, right?
Yeah.
But and I don't even know if it was for sure them, but I really, in my heart, was just like cussing out their name because I got so sick. And again, I had never had it. And I've gotten all my boosters and all this stuff. I'm still very good. I mean, I'm not masking all the time, but I'm really good about like hand sanitizing and not touching my face and giving people their distance and whatnot. And everybody knows I don't leave my house. Like, I go to 4 places. And Jayme, I was so annoyed. Like, I got like a little cough on Thursday. I thought it was allergies.
Yeah.
Friday, I woke up and I was like, I'm coughing. Maybe I should test. And it turned like, I've never had a pregnancy scare, but that was scary. Like, I was just like,
oh, because you were watching the stick.
Because I was watching it and I was just like, please don't turn. And it just turned and I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
And then it was like the humiliation of having to like contact all of the people I'd been around.
Yeah.
To be like, so I think I exposed you to something. It's not herpes, but it's just as annoying.
It's not herpes. Okay. So didn't you take another test though too? And you said the second one was negative, or is that somebody else?
I did take 2 tests. The second one wasn't quite as pink, but
right. Because when you told me that in a text, I was like, just go with the second one, which is totally irresponsible. And obviously, you obviously had COVID because you got really sick.
I got sick. I was really annoyed with the people that were like, COVID, it's just like a little cold, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, to me, those are the people that get colds all the time because they're just like out and about and not washing their hands and just like, come on, everything, just get on me. Even before COVID, I very rarely got sick and I worked with kids and stuff. I don't know, but it was not just like a little cold. I was so tired. I was coughing all the time. And so I messaged my doctor through some app or something. They're like, oh, we'll give you the antivirals. So I take the antivirals. And granted, I live by myself. So I'm having to have a family member go to Target runs for me and do all of this stuff, which is super annoying. And they're buying me things and they're trying so hard, but then they were buying the wrong version of things.
Oh.
Like, I just needed some ginger ale and they bought me Shasta ginger ale instead of the name brand in cans. And it was like a 2-liter. I was like, ma'am, I so appreciate this.
But what are you going to do with the 2-liter? It's going to go flat.
I know. I was just like, and it was Shasta. Like, no offense to Shasta, but I needed like the real deal, anyway. So, but I took the antivirals and I threw up for the first time in over 18 years. Like,
wait, what? You haven't thrown up in 18 years?
No. Like, the last time I threw up, I was like 23, 24.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was like, I had forgotten what the sensation of throwing up was, basically.
It's terrible.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And so then I was extra just cursing this person's name that I thought had given it to me. Cause I was like, it was just awful. And then I was out for like 10 days, 11 days.
Oh yeah.
And then I felt bad going back to work. I was masking for a while and then I was negative. Like, I tested, blah, blah, blah. But I still had this, like, if I talk too much, a little cough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm that person at work that everybody is like, I hate you. Like, what are you doing?
Don't give me COVID. Why are you here? Stop coughing.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But I don't know. It was just a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the saddest part of it though, is I got COVID over Labor Day weekend. So I missed out on a Monday off from work, even though I had it off because I was sick.
You didn't get to enjoy it because you were probably laying on your couch or your bed.
Yeah.
I remember when I had COVID, which was at the beginning, kind of when there was still so many unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I barely got out of bed for a week.
Yeah.
I slept so much.
Yes.
And I just felt so exhausted.
Yeah, it was rough. I think the hardest thing was like the cats, because it was like,
you still had to take care of them.
I still had to like feed them
right.
and scoop their crap. And then it was like my little cat, he's so snuggly. He came in for snuggles and I was like, I think cats can get COVID. So then I'm Googling cats can get COVID. You can give your cat the disease. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to give the cats COVID. And they were like, in the one article I was reading was like, yeah, you should try to like keep away from them. Like there's no doing that where I live. So it's just like, I'm just going to take the snuggles because I need them right now. Yeah. So I'm finally now just feeling better and it's been 3 weeks.
Wow.
Like, so I don't know. It was terrifying too, because you read all the long COVID stuff and like all the issues people can have. And I'm like, any pain in my body, I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, oh my gosh.
Am I having a heart attack? Are my lungs filling with fluid? Like what is going on? So anyway, so that was super annoying.
Totally. Well, I'm really glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. Well, and I don't know, like September is kind of like when I start to live again.
That's right.
And so it was like, it's not hot anymore. And like, I had big plans. Like September 1st, I was like, okay, I'm going to go sign up for my gym membership and do this, this, and this. And then I was like, LOL, none of that happened. So yeah, it was fun. I was living vicariously through you though, because you were like moving and shaking literally.
I was. Well, we had our Salsa Congress weekend.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I cannot believe how long we danced.
Well, I have 2 questions. 1, did you show up at an appropriate time this year?
Okay. So I'm going to give you a long answer. They did it a little different this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually had classes right before the social. So that got a lot of people there.
Nice. Yeah.
And so the classes started at 8 p.m. So there was one at 8 and another one at 9. And then the social started at 10. But I did not show up. Yes, I showed up at an appropriate time, which means I was not on time.
Perfect.
Which means after that, I went to my hotel room and changed and got ready and then went to the social.
Mm-hmm.
So we danced until 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh,
night.
Jayme.
That was Friday. And then Saturday, classes started at 11 a.m. Back-to-back classes all day long until like 5 with an hour lunch break. And I took all those classes. No, one class I took a nap. I didn't take the class. So, and then they had a pool party with dancing around the pool. So that was super fun. So more dancing. And then we skipped the class that night and we just went to the social and we danced until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
4 a.m. It was still going. And we were so tired, but I would have kept going. I mean, I really would have, but Tony was totally done. And I mean, I was done too, but not. I don't know. I needed to be done at 4. So we went and slept for a little bit and then back at it at 11. But the first class was like a stretch yoga. Nice. And so I did that. And then Tony was done, like all done. So he left and went and watched football game.
Nice.
And I stayed and took more classes. And let me just tell you, they planned the reggaeton class for Sunday. That was a mistake. It was such high energy. It was a great class, but we were moving like vigorously.
Yeah.
And it felt a little too much. But anyways, classes all day. And then the final social, which was like from 5 to 7 p.m. So we danced. It was like a marathon dance weekend. And I loved everything about it. I loved it so much. It was so great because it was like the party didn't stop, you know? And for me, I love parties so much that I'm like, this is brilliant. This is perfect because I'm always sad when the party's over. And then I'm like, oh, I have to wait, like another month or whatever for the next party. Oh no. It was just happening that next night. Like that was like the best thing ever. I was like, yes, we're doing this again. It was just so fun. I loved it.
I love that for you. You looked so happy in the pictures.
Oh, thank you. I really was having a great time.
Yeah.
And I decided to drink on the second night. So the first night I didn't really have anything to drink because I wanted to like feel good the next day and
are you a one
take
and
all
done
the classes. No, I'm more like, let's maintain. Let's have like 1 or 2 and then an hour or 2 later have another one. And then I'm probably about done. I didn't really count that second night because it was a long night.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how many I had, but I didn't, I felt fine. I drank a ton of water and I did not feel hungover. I just felt exhausted.
Yeah.
For good reason.
Makes sense.
Some people there might have thought that I was drunk, but I wasn't because after I was just deliriously tired because after it was 4 o'clock in the morning, I go to my hotel. I'm like getting in, I take my stuff off, get in my pajamas and stuff. And then I couldn't find my phone.
Oh, shoot.
And I was like, there's no way I'm putting Spanx back on to go look for my phone. So I just went out there in my pajamas to the dance where people were still dancing, looking for my phone. Couldn't find it. Went back to my hotel room. Guess what? Guess what, Beth? It was plugged in.
That's amazing.
My hotel room.
That's amazing.
It was, and I had plugged it in. And granted, in my defense, it was like underneath the table because that's where the plug-in was. And so it wasn't clearly obvious that it was there because it wasn't on a surface that I could see when I was scanning the room right after I plugged it in. But, but yeah. So people might have thought, I mean, I did question it, like, was I drunk? Because why would I not? But no, I wasn't. I was just really tired. Yeah. And so it was kind of funny. But they were like, what are you doing out here in your pajamas, Jayme?
Like, let me live my life, man.
I was just like, I'm trying to find my phone. But anyway, it was awesome. I loved it. I can't wait for the next one. I don't want to wait a whole year. I'm like, okay, let's go to the one in Portland.
Oh my gosh, Jayme, you are.
But it's still not till June, so we'll see.
Another level.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was great.
So I did some dancing last night, actually. So I went to a wedding, and I have a whole story about the wedding because
I want to hear
it was kind of a lot for me because, again, I have social anxiety. Like, I've talked about having anxiety before and mental health stuff and whatever, but I have anxiety. Usually it's fine, but as soon as like I have too many things, it's not fine. And so I go to this, like, it's basically a family wedding. And I had it in my head, like, I have a dress, because that's always the thing that stresses me out the most is that
what to wear
because like, I like fashion. Like, I appreciate fashion. Like, I'll see somebody in a cute look, or I might look at something and be like, okay, I would wear that. But most of the time I'm cool just wearing my outfits on repeat and just being comfortable. And I don't really care. And I don't upkeep and maintain my wardrobe. So I'm
for like those special occasions
for the
when you're going to wear
occasions,
something out of the norm.
Yeah. And even, so if it's anything other than work and play, I'm screwed. So it's like a lot of times I've wound up at weddings in business casual because I just didn't think it through. Yeah. And then it was too late. And I don't even think about it. Like, I was on the TikTok looking at like wedding guest attire and realizing like people will think about, oh, I am going to a wedding. I should order a dress. Me, I'm like, I'm going to a wedding. What's on TV? So anyway, I had got this dress right before the lockdown for COVID. And I found it actually at Target. And it's this cute, like floral, it's like black base, and it has like pretty flowers all over it. And it's like 3/4 length sleeve. And it has like, it's below the knee, but it has like up in the front. It's like a mullet dress.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, super cute. Yeah, it has like a nice V. It's pretty. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can wear that dress. It's like gonna be perfect. And then I thought about that. So the wedding was in late August. And so I don't know when people are hearing this, but I'm giving you the real time frames that you know my plight.
It's September, Beth.
Yeah, I know, but you know. Oh, is it? Never mind. The wedding was in late September. This is how bad I am now. Okay.
Did COVID make you lose your brain?
A little bit. So I'm thinking, okay, I have the dress. It's fine. I get COVID. And before getting COVID, I was like, you need to try the dress on and make sure it fits still and blah, blah, blah. Did I do that? No. So it is the week of the wedding. And I'm like, Beth, you need to try the dress on to make sure it works. And I realized the dress is a little bit higher in front. And like, I had this whole plan to tan in late summer, so I didn't have white legs at the wedding. And I was like, oh, I didn't do that. And then I looked down at my legs, and there's all these like marks and claw marks all over them from my new cat. And I'm just like, oh, that's not a cute look. And I'm like, oh, but I have a maxi dress. It's like this like black long maxi dress, but it's like V-neck. I'm like, okay, I think that would be cute. I could wear it. And I didn't want to get a pedicure, and I didn't want to give myself a pedicure. So like closed-toed shoes were the option. Okay, I'm going to wear my long maxi dress. I'm going to put a little jean jacket on it. I'm going to wear these red shoes. It's going to be super cute. Oh, that
sounds super cute.
Super cute. But then I was just like, I messaged my bestie and I'm like, hey, how fancy is this wedding? Because they didn't say, which is always challenging for someone like me, because I'm like, if you tell me it's a casual wedding, I'm wearing jeans and a fun shirt, and that's what you're getting, because I want to be comfortable.
That means, and that sounds casual.
Yeah. But I have a tendency of like coming into situations where it's like I'm underdressed, and I hate that feeling. Like, I don't want to do the fashion, but I want to feel good when I get there. If that any kind of has any kind of sense to it. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, so I try the maxi dress on. It is very maxi. I'm a short person. And
was it dragging?
It was dragging. And I was just like, oh, and there's a lot of fabric. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I didn't feel like classy enough. So then I tried the dress on again that I was going to originally. I'm like, this is cute and I feel comfortable in it. I'm like, but I think I want to wear like pantyhose tights with it, just whatever. Okay. So I'm like, okay, do I have pantyhose tights? I'm like, I don't even know at this point. So Jayme, the wedding is on Saturday at 4:00. It is Saturday morning. And I'm realizing like, Beth, if you wear that dress, what shoes are you going to wear? And I'm like, oh, I have this pair of heels, blah, blah, blah. I go get them out. They're probably 12 years old. Okay. They are definitely not in style. Yeah. And they're a slingback. And I don't like wearing like pantyhose with like anything other than a fully enclosed shoe. Mm-hmm. So I was like, great. So I have to go Saturday morning and try and find shoes.
Oh man.
And it's not like we live in a small town, but there's limits.
For sure.
So I went to like 3 different stores. Anyway, I found this pair of platform high-heeled shoes at DSW, which do I wear high heels? No. Does your girl have a wide foot? Yes. Was this a wide foot shoe? No, but it fit. So I put them on. I'm like, they fit well enough. This is a long ass story, but that's okay. This is how my life is right now. Okay. So I get home, I got a pair of pantyhose at Target. I go to put the pantyhose on, too small. What? Couldn't get them up. And I was like, well, this hurts my feelings because I previously purchased that size and it worked. Okay. Thankfully I had an extra pair at home. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I try like the whole outfit on and it looks really cute and the shoes fit. And I'm like, this is great. And I start walking in the shoes and I realize they're too big. Because when I was in the store, I had socks on and I tried them on with normal socks. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to keep them because I'm not going back out to get the half size down. And who doesn't know their shoe size? And why wouldn't you try on 2 pairs of shoes? And how do you not live your life like an adult?
You just recently learned your shoe size.
I know. It was like muscle memory of like, you're an 8.5. And I'm like,
but you're not.
You're not. So anyway, it was just a lot for me. And this is all in the backdrop of this is having social anxiety. So this entire time that I'm trying to figure out what to wear, I'm having to talk myself down of like, Beth, it'll be okay. It's going to be okay. Like we are going to find something. And guess what? If these shoes don't work, we'll just wear these. Like we'll wear Converse if we have to. Like it's going to be okay. And it was so annoying because a lot of times when I get in those situations where it's like I'm going to an event or something, if I don't do that talking to myself, I get so spun up. I lash out. I have a meltdown because it's too much. Because all that anxiety comes out is like primal rage. And anyway, but I'm happy to say that I didn't have that happen. I showed up to the wedding. I did a full beat face of makeup, by the way. I have not done that in a long time. I had to redo my eye makeup 4 times.
Why? Because you're out of practice?
Because I'm out of practice. And so I'm like trying, like I was not doing a smoky eye, but you know, like when you just like mess up a little bit and then it looks like muddy and gross and you're like, crap. So I like redid it again. And the problem was like I had done perfect eyeliner. So I had to like take off the eyeshadow without messing up the eyeliner.
Oh, good
because
luck with
I'm
that.
like, it was a whole thing. I don't know what drove me to want to do my makeup just sitting on like my vanity that doesn't have lighting. So I have like all these makeup mirrors set up with not enough lighting. I have a ring light. I could have gotten it and been fine, but no, I'm trying to do it with these makeup mirrors that have like half the light I normally use. I'm like, this is a bad idea. And I'm like, I know, but I'm going to continue. I'm like, please stop self-sabotaging. You have to go to this wedding. You're not going to not be able to go just because you messed up your makeup. Anyway, all that to say is my brain is wild. I got my face done. I put lipstick on.
You got your face. Okay. But you did it, right?
Yep. I got everything done. I actually like, what is that called? Contoured, which I did. I contoured.
I hope you took a picture.
I did take some pictures in a booth that was a photo booth that was fun. I got all done up. I get to the wedding and it's very much like half the people are dressed. I'm one of the most dressed up people, which I felt good about.
I was going to say, I would feel better to be on that side.
Yes.
Than to feel on the underdressed side.
Yes. I also was terrified walking in those shoes because they're a good 4-inch heel.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not that girl normally. And so I really was conscientious of not falling down. Yeah, it was fun. I got up a little. I got to hang out with a lot of people and see people I love, which was good. And it was a good reminder of like, okay, Beth, even though it's really hard and it causes a lot of anxiety to be out and about and be around people, in the end, it was a good thing. So,
and it was worth it.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. Anyway, that was like my long, crazy story. But it was, I don't know if anybody else goes through that. Like you're such a good fashion person and you have,
wow, thank you.
Well, you pick out good things and you put outfits together. And there's a bunch of TikToks happening right now where people are like showing the difference between wearing clothes and just styling clothes. And it's such a huge difference. And you know, they're using the same outfit, but just styled. And it's just like, oh, you look so put together. And it's like, I want that look, but I just can't get there.
By styling, do you mean like adding accessories or do you mean like tucking in your shirt or like
all of that?
Okay,
like tucking, doing the French tuck, whatever people do, and having the right accessories and like just, you know, taking that one extra level to make it into like an outfit instead of just like I'm wearing a top and a jean.
Right.
Yeah. But it's, I when I was younger, I was better at it, but it's so hard for me because I don't care. So then it's like, I just don't think about it. So anyway, it causes me a lot of anxiety. Yeah. I keep saying I'm going to get, after this, I was like, I'm going to get a look for every occasion now. Like I'm going to make sure I have like.
That is a good idea.
Like
so
make
you
sure
have like,
I have.
This is what I wear to a funeral.
Yep.
This is what I wear to a wedding.
This is what I wear to freaking baby shower or bridal shower or wine tasting. Just so I just have it. It's there. It's good to go. I know the shoe, like the whole look is done because that's my problem too is like, I don't know, but I'll buy like pieces that I'm like, this is such a cute piece, but it needs something else to go with it to finish the look so that it's never done. Yeah. Anyway, drives me crazy. Yeah. So that's what I've spent the bulk of my time after healing from COVID doing is worrying about what to wear at a wedding. It was kind of a lot.
I need to see the picture.
Yeah. It was super cute.
It's fun to have a reason to get dressed up.
You know, I realized that I did feel different having my makeup done and having lipstick done. And like I actually did my hair in a way that I have curly hair. And so there's like a whole process to make it look cute.
And you did it? And
I did
were
it
you
fully.
Wearing it
I was wearing it down.
Ooh.
And like I just had the whole thing together and it just felt different. And I was like, oh, I like this feeling. I'm like, I want to have this feeling when I'm wearing clothes, but I want zero effort. So I'm like, I need to get like,
I mean, don't we all? Isn't that the dream?
But I mean, I'm like, I need to get Jayme to be like my baby stylist and just go shopping with me just to get me out and shopping.
Yeah. Okay. So you remember that I did the color analysis.
Yeah.
Still highly recommend that. They also do a style analysis, which I did not do yet, but my friend did. And they do like, it's a whole process where they like take into account your proportions, your sizes, the things that you like the styles you're drawn to. And then they go through a whole process. They teach you, it's really cool. But they teach you like what is flattering on like what shape, what length, what necklines, what to look for in terms of like just what makes you feel good and makes you look good. And so, and then they made this whole thing for her with, they took pictures of like the clothes that she has and like helped put them together for her. And then also like, here's what's missing in your wardrobe. This is what you need to look for as far as filling in those holes. And this is how you wear it. And like these all, anyway, it's just really cool. And I don't know that you would want to make that investment and the time and all of that, but it really helped her because she felt she had a new work position where she was needing to dress more business and she didn't know how. And she was like, I don't know what to wear. And so it just helped alleviate the stress around that because now she knows.
Yeah. No, I think there's a huge benefit in figuring out those sore places that are like maybe not our strong suits and like buying our way out of it. Like finding resources just help us out because especially as I've gotten older, because it's just like it's a lot to like figure everything out by yourself.
It is.
And there's honestly not enough time.
So I follow a lot of these people now that do style analysis and color analysis and stuff. And they create a lot of content that I find helpful. Yeah. Like they teach you how to do little things, like how to do, whatever tuck on your shirt or like there's a couple, well, there's one I'm thinking of that teaches you like what boots to wear with different or how to wear this boot or how to like just those kind of tips. Yeah. And it's fun to learn that kind of stuff for me. And it's helpful.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely gotten on fashion TikTok a little bit because of you, because I don't remember when you asked me, you said something you were trying to find like, what shoes are we wearing this fall? And I was like, I want to be like, Jayme, I'm wearing the same shoes I wear year round. Yeah. But you're like, you were making some decisions earlier this summer. And I was like, I'm going to send her some TikToks I find. And so now my algorithm is more fashion.
Well, you did send me one and I watched it and I didn't take time to tell you how I really felt about it. I was like, cool, kind of, like I gave it a heart or something. But then I was like, Actually, I thought all of those shoes were pretty darn ugly.
I know. It made me giggle. And some of them I know, but they were like all in style.
And I'm like, why?
I don't know what to tell you.
Why are these in style? Like, they're so ugly. And I need to have conversation. I need to debrief this because I think my question was about riding boots. I'm like, because I didn't really wear them last year.
Yeah.
But I still have them. And I'm wondering about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're trending right now.
No. It's
the trends. I don't own those. I don't own square-toed with a buckle loafers or whatever.
It's not necessarily about the trends, but some stuff goes so out of style that it feels awkward wearing. You know, because I think you can get away with a lot of things. I'm very happy. I've heard that the green jacket is making a comeback, the green army jacket.
Oh.
I am a big fan. I wear them regardless.
Isn't that kind of like cargo pant jacket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And but like, I pulled out, actually I have this really cute Marc Jacobs crossbody bag, but it's kind of like a hobo bag. And so I got it years ago as a Christmas gift, and it was so cute. I used to get compliments on it all the time. And for the wedding, I was like, oh, I want to just take a smaller bag. It's bigger than I wanted, but I pulled it out and I was looking at it. I was like, no, it felt so dated. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm still holding on to it for when it comes back because it's an expensive bag.
Because it will.
But yeah, I don't know. One of the places on my list of where I want to place less energy in my life is clothing. Yeah. And so what I want to do is like have a wardrobe that's put together so I don't have to think about it.
Kind of like a capsule wardrobe where things mix and match and you have everything that you need. And there's a ton of resources online for that. Like people have made their whole business on like figuring that stuff out.
The problem is like finding the pieces. Because I see like, this is what you need. And I'm like, okay, where do I buy that?
Well, there's a lot of people that are linking their stuff now too.
Yeah, like but then I go and then it's like, it's sold out. And I'm like, ma'am, all I wanted was this mushroom sweater. It's the cutest thing ever. I saw a mushroom sweater. It has those little red mushrooms all over it. I don't know why. I'm not a mushroom girl. I'm not a fairy woodly girly, but
sounds cute.
It was really cute. And I was like, dang it, sold out. Anywho, yeah, so basically that's my life right now, is trying to figure out my wardrobe, opportunities to have some fun.
Yep.
Starting to like reconnect with friends after being out of sorts. Trying to schedule weekly like dinners with different friend groups.
Oh, fun.
And like
I'd like
actually
to get
living
into that rotation.
Yeah. It's going to be good. So yeah, anyway.
Cool.
What else is going on?
Well, it's sports season. I mean, for me, I'm spending a ton of time in the car because I'm driving my kids here and there and everywhere. So it's been a little bit it's like every night because I have 3 kids and they're all doing stuff. And so it's been intense, but it's good. I mean, it's just like the days are really full and I try not to fall asleep at the wheel.
That's good. Please don't do that.
Because every time in the afternoons, I am having a hard time like staying awake.
Oh.
So I need to figure out a better system.
I don't want you to fall asleep.
Going to sleep at night. But it's like, I don't even know where the time goes or what I even do because I don't know. It's a lot. Yep. It's a lot going on and it's good, but I'm also tired.
Yeah. I think that's just the state of being in your 40s a little bit.
Also, I had like a dance marathon weekend and I'm like, am I still recovering from that?
My guess is yes. Both physically and emotionally.
Oh, emotionally, no way.
Well, just coming down off the high.
Well, yeah, maybe
and not being
maybe so.
Your endorphin levels are lower now, so you have to
Okay, yeah, maybe
I don't know if that's real, but it feels legit.
Yeah, when you said that, now I get it. I'll just blame it all on that.
This is Beth from the Geriatric Millennials. If you're enjoying our show, please take a minute to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcast or wherever you like to listen. You can also follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or you can share an episode with a friend or two. Doing so helps us greatly, and we appreciate your support so much.